Hey, welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Unless it's your first time, then welcome. Please consider subscribing. If you do, hit the notification bell, get you updates. Well, that's it for today's video. The beer's courtesy of Steven. Thank you so much, Steven. I really appreciate it. It's King Julius from Treehouse, and it's an American double IPA, 8.2% ABV, and it is just over a month old. And I'm not going to read the side. I don't know. I don't want any preconceived notions, so I decided this time not to read it on camera. Proper glassware, so you know it's going to taste better. So when I did the unboxing from him, I knew I had King Julius. I'm already getting some orange. That's incredible. I had done with the Nerd Sense guys in their studio. We compared it to Doppelganger, maybe it was. And but then anyway, what I had completely forgotten is over the summer I had gotten some King Julius, and on the way to Cape Cod on vacation with my wife, and had I think 2 cans that we drank there. I didn't review it, but so I have had it a little bit more recently than I was thinking. Is the short version. I feel like I do that a lot, where I then say short version, blah 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 blah. At this point, it's just under a finger ahead. It might have been higher when I poured it before I started rambling. You know, off-white, small bubbles, tiny bubbles. It's got that burnt orange color. It's a little darker. And then there's the orange yellow on the outside. But yeah, definitely a darker orange in the center. Let's get into the aroma. Yeah, so I'm not surprised I got some of that orange already when I was talking. Because like, it definitely has some nice orange to it. The peach in this is more that peach ring candy. And I do get some of that mango. So it's definitely got that Citra, just what I keep getting in these Citra beers. It might be like more orange juice and or orange zest or whatever, right? Or like it's peachy, it's you know, near the skin peach, it's very ripe peach, not very ripe peach, peach ring, but like same with the mango. But like it typically seems to be these 3 things in some combination for these Citra beers, especially Citra forward beers. Although I don't think this is 100% Citra as a beer. But if you happen to know or have a guess on what these Julius hops are, I would love to know that or just hear that. It's not as much as the Juju Julius I had a couple days ago, but there is a little bit of that garlicky thing. It kind of, I don't know which one I like. I almost did them side by side, but I didn't. I don't know which aroma I like better. That one maybe by a hair, but this one does smell good as well. For now I'm going to have to say generic tropical. It's not pineapple, but it's somewhere in the tropical family. Oh, it does smell really good. You start comparing things, and if you say something else smells better, then it's like, oh, so you don't like the smell, and that's not the case. It's just, I think I like the Julius smell of hair more. Let's get to taste. Cheers. Thanks again, Steven. That's good. For a double, it really maintains that hop bitterness. You can get a lot more sweetness out of a double and more juicy. And this has juicy elements, but there is an unmistakable bitterness to this beer. And I'm all about that. That's great. I'm really liking how this is drinking. It's a little bit more orange zesty than maybe I was thinking with the aroma. I was thinking there'd probably be still a healthy dose of orange juice with some zest. This one does have more zest. The peach is not, it's not quite the peach ring. It's more, that would be maybe more artificial tasting. This one's much more of a natural peach taste, which is nice. Good mouthfeel, I didn't mention that. Yeah, on the front, you do get a little bit of that mango thing. and I said this in the Julius one, I wouldn't be surprised by Simcoe. I think it has some of that, like, I'll say garlicky again, but I think it has some of that astringency, that harshness, but like in a good way that Simcoe can have. Kind of like perks you up out of the, like, if it was just like straight juice or whatever. But again, not that this beer is that juicy, because it really is bringing it with a bitterness. The bitterness is, actually, this might be worth noting. There are obviously different kinds of bitterness. Coffee's bitter in a completely different way than this is bitter, right? But like, the hop bitterness isn't the West Coast kind of hop bitterness, like the traditional West Coast, I should say specifically. It is more in this New England family of hoppy bitterness. I know I threw out astringency, I know I threw out harsh, and those seem like negatives, but I think it helps bring some, dare I say, balance to this beer. I do think this is good. Again, not that these are comparison, and it has been a couple of days apart. I think I like the Julius a little bit more than this one, but this one is landing very nicely as well. And yeah, it's not pineapple, but there is like a tropical, generic, sweet fruit thing. It's not quite bubblegummy like I can get in their beers. It's not quite, I think Bruno's trying to get in here. It's not quite that. It's not like fruit roll up. I don't know, but it is in the tropical fruit range. Oh yeah, so let's see what they say. King Julius is a landmark American double IPA by Treehouse Brewing Company, brewed to be an exceptionally flavorful, juicy, and hop-saturated beer without rough edges or abrasiveness. I think based on what I said that I don't quite agree with that. It's vivid citrus, yep, and tropical fruit aromas. I like that. Give way to flavors of orange creamsicle, mango smoothie, and a bounty of fresh tropical fruit. So I seem to agree with them on flavors, but I think this is pretty hoppy and has that abrasiveness. But again, not to a point where I think it's off-putting. Clearly, I mean, I clearly like this beer. But I would disagree with that, but I do agree with what flavors are here for sure. I would have mentioned peach. It is inspired and focused, refined and delicate amid an onslaught of flavor. It is brewed with intent, purpose, and originality. First brewed in 2012, King Julius is our endeavor to marry our past with what we aspire to be in the future. Enjoy, and I did. Thanks again, Steven. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate that. Check me out on Instagram and Untapped. It's No Hype Beer Reviews at both of those places. So please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, imbibe. Cheers, everyone.